What's going on, everyone? Talen here with Talen Collects Figures, and we are back with another figure here. We have another one from Kotobukiya, and this one I am quite excited about because this is one of my favorite figures in my collection here. One, because I really like Psylocke, and two, I just really like the actual look of this figure as well. So it's really nice. I've had this figure for I've had this for a while. I think I've had this. It wasn't not one of my early figures in my collection, but I have had this one in my collection for a couple of years now. I think I got her in early, well, maybe it's not a couple of years now, but early of 2020, like early in 2020, like January, February, or something like that, is when I think I got her. I can't remember for sure because I didn't write down the actual date that I bought her. And this was one of the figures that I actually got on OfferUp. It's just an app that we have where people just post things that they have for sale, kind of like Craigslist. So I met met the seller in person, and then I just paid cash to get her directly from him, and I paid $160 for her, which was really nice. That's why I decided to kind of jump on this, and he had her brand new, sealed in the box, never opened. As you can see here, I definitely opened the box because I did want her to be on display, but this is the limited edition version of Psylocke here. She was released in 2014, and this was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. If I remember correctly, I think she was only released in San Diego Comic-Con. She might have been on one other place or something like that. But this is the blue suit version, because the main one that you can get from Kotobukiya is her X-Force look, where she's got the black outfit on. And whereas that one looks nice, it's the exact same figure, so same pose, same background. She's got the sword. It's just the outfit is black, or like a blackish gray, and then with some red accents, opposed to her classic blue look here. And I just really wanted the classic look for Psylocke here. That's kind of why I was waiting, and then I just jumped on this figure as soon as I saw it, because the X-Force one, like I said, is cool, but I wasn't really gonna get that one because I wanted this outfit. I wanted this look for her. I wanted my kind of nostalgia look for her, because this is how I remember her back as a kid, reading the comics, watching the X-Men show, watching the cartoon. She's in her blue suit here, so that's what I wanted. So yeah, as you can see here, very nice figure, and she is a little bit bigger in terms of some of the other figures in my collection. She is a 1/7 scale, so kind of in the middle. I generally like to collect 1/8 scale. I have just one. Do I have one or two? One or two 1/6 scale, which I think are a little bit too big. I have one 1/4 scale in my collection, which is way too big. But then I have just a lot of 1/8, which is the kind of size that I like. I have a few 1/10, which again, I'm not the biggest fan of that size either, in terms of just how that size looks for the figure quality. It makes the figures look like lower quality for some reason to me. The bigger figures is mainly I just don't like them because of the space that they take up, but the design and the detail in those bigger figures are usually fantastic. So they're definitely worth it if you have the space for them, in terms of just how much detail they can pack into those larger figures. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look here. So she's definitely not, for sale anymore, because she was limited to that 2014 run. So whatever figures are out there are what's out there. I'm not sure what she's selling for nowadays. Back when I was first trying to get her, she was around like $300 for most of the places I was looking at. So that's why when I found her for $160, basically half of that price, I could not pass up on that price. I don't know what she's going for now, if it's cheaper, more expensive, or what. But here she is. So this is going to be of their the Shuju line as well from Kotobukiya. So it's none of their Art FX or anything like that, which I'm happy about, because for some reason the Art FX line, they usually always are 1/10 scale, which I don't like. And then two, they seem to use a different material that I feel is a little bit lower quality. Whereas with these Bashuju lines, they use some nice high quality material, it seems like. Here's a nice close up of her face. I love how the hair just fades to like a lighter purple. So we got like the dark purple, and then it goes out to a nice light purple there on the sides, almost translucent at the end of some of these thinner strands. Very cool looking. She's got some of her psionic energy around the sword here, which that might be another reason why I like katana. I'm like a huge fan of ninjas. I love katanas, so all of that stuff really interests me. All of the Japanese kind of that time period. I just really like the design and look of everything from that era. And since we have, you know, some of the Japanese styling going on with the base here, also looks really nice. So yeah, were any of you lucky enough to get this Psylocke in your collection? Let me know in the comments below if you have her in your collection, if you're happy with her, or if she's one that got away. If you've been hunting for this figure for a while, I'm also curious about that, to know if people are, you know, still looking for her, hunting for her, if it's a figure that you want for your collection here. Goes well with some of the other X-Men figures that I have, because I have quite a few X-Men now, and hopefully I'm going to rearrange how my display is right now, because I have some theming going on, because I have Psylocke next to a Deadpool, because of course, makes sense. But then next to her, I've got my other two classic X-Men that I really like, and that is Kitty Pryde and Jubilee. Both of those are two of my other most favorite X-Men. So yeah, I've got all of like my favorite X-Men together in a line there. But yeah, that is going to be Psylocke, and yep, I already said everything. So I said where I got her, how much I paid. Oh, I don't know if I ever said the retail price. I believe when she was first released, her retail price was only $65, I think, or $65 or $70, I think, is what they were selling her at, or selling her for at Comic-Con. So definitely gone up a little bit since then, but again, it's a limited edition figure. They did a limited run. I can't remember how many it was out of. I think it was out of 1,000. I think they made 1,000. It says on the box. I have the box in storage. I know I didn't get rid of that. It's not really easily accessible for me right now, or else I'd pull it out. But it does say on there how many is limited to, and I know it has the San Diego Comic-Con sticker on it. So yeah, very, very nice piece for my collection here, and one that's definitely going to be staying in my collection. I have no plans to ever get rid of or sell her. Yeah, I mean, even I like to only have one of each character in my collection, but Psylocke here is one that I've actually been considering getting another figure for, because there's some really nice figures of Psylocke that are like in statue form of like a 1/4 scale, which again, they're big, so I don't know if I have the room for it, but there's some really cool ones that are tempting me right now, because there's a few figures. There are a few statues in the 1/4 scale that I've been considering. Psylocke is one of them. Another one that if I could get my hands on, I would definitely buy in a heartbeat, but right now it's sold out everywhere, and the secondhand market is crazy expensive for her. But there is a magic figure from which studio was it? Can't remember the studio now. For some reason, Prime One just keeps coming to my mind, but I know it's not Prime One, because they only sell this magic figure overseas, so they don't really have an avenue to get her in the United States here because of licensing. The company wasn't able to actually even produce the figure to ship to the United States, so that's why I can only get it as from third parties here, and the third parties are marking up like crazy expensive. I think she's like $3,000 or something like that on eBay. Not what I'm willing to pay for a statue there. Her retail price was something like $800, I believe, which again is expensive, but I'd definitely be willing to pay that price for that magic figure, because that thing looked amazing. But yeah, this is about Psylocke, not that magic figure. I'll probably put in a few pictures of her so you can see what I'm talking about, but there is Psylocke in all her glory. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys in the next one.